Keep California cowgirls from vanishing. Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Jumping at liberty to music, making our Morgan horses our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles area. Semi on the big steps. Morgan horse Sadie doing obstacles rainlessly. Semi drives a cart. Sadie pulls a log. Sadie learns to pull a cart. Miniature zebu heifer Susie learns to drive a cart. Bull Rusty learns to pull a harrow. Today is the beginning of a new show, a follow-up to the show where I was showing how each of my three Morgans would respond to longlining for exercise. Well, Sadie, my youngest, responded with bad behavior problems. So I said, okay, I've got to work on that before we go back to longlining. And one of the things that you, if you go back to my last show or two about equine exercising with longlining, you'll see that she didn't like feeling a rope or a lead line on her hips. Now she's had that feeling before. I know that I work with her, but you know what? Either she doesn't remember or something else is going on in her head. Sometimes it's not so easy to figure out what's going on in their heads. So I'm breaking this task down into small prerequisite skills, and I'm gonna do a show. I'm showing you how we help Sadie to get more responsive to longlining and softer to it and not agitated by it. You see what she's doing right now? I'm in my square pen. I on purpose came in here. It's a walled, covered arena. I on purpose came in here so I wouldn't distract her. But look, there is a shade here and it's not quite all the way down. So can you look at this? And you could see how she kept looking out this window. And you know, normally I'd say, okay, I'm gonna deal with that kind of distraction. But not now because I'm dealing with another issue. So, back. I'm asking for the right answer. Right now I want her to back. And then I'm going to take her over there into the open area. This square pen right now serves also as a nighttime insulated, nice cozy sandy place for my Morgans to rest at night when they choose to come in here. But during the day when we have issues like this that we want to deal with, we can either move the panels away or we just may do with what's easy to use. So let's see what she says right now, I'm just going to ask her to go around it. She has a rope, I'll turn on. Good. You see, I have a very long line here because if I get good compliance on this small task, don't want her to come in. I'm using my arm extension with my line on it to explain that to her. If she wants to please, she just has to understand what is the right answer. Ooh. Ooh. Good. Good. I'm going to go the other direction. Baby steps. Let's see if I can get her to go to the other direction. Then I'm going to do something to her that I did when she was just a few months old. Let's see how she reacts to it. I'll show you in a moment. Point. Good. Good. I want lightness here. Stress-free, resistance-free. Responses. Good. Tiny, tiny steps right now. Good. Give her a little bit more line. She thought maybe I wanted her to come in, so I just pointed a little bit. And you see, when I get the right answer, down go my tools. Ooh. Good, Sadie. Good answer. Okay, and now here is the first step. I'm not sure how she's going to behave. I'm going to ask her, as a matter of fact, we're going to leave the camera on here. And I'm going to ask Brianna, my helper, to come and stand at her head to make her realize that I want her front end right now. I'll hold on to this line. You just hold close to, but not pulling down. Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to ask her to accept the feeling of this line on her hip. As I walk around, I'm staying out of strike zone because yesterday she kicked up. She didn't like that feeling. Whoa. Good. Good. Sadie. Now she's got the feeling of this flat nylon line on her both hips. And then in a moment, I'm going to ask Brianna to step back, to let loose. It's all right. Something walking by here, look at that. Distractions, hard for the young ones to pay attention for very long. Okay, now I'm going to ask her. Again, I don't know what she's going to do. I'm going to ask her. It's on her. The front of this line is on her head. I'm pulling, pulling, pulling. Okay, she's not understanding, so I'm going to give her another cue. Visual. Good. Around, around, around. Very good. And release the pressure. Okay, we're going to try that in the other direction. Same drill. Whoop. Okay, and you see you don't need a big space for that. Not this exercise anyway. So we're going to show you the other direction. And then every day we're going to do a little bit more. So you're going to stand, but I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to go this way, right? Okay. So notice that Brianna's holding at the head, but not with a tug, not with pressure. I'm walking around out of strike zone with a long, flat, nylon, lightweight line. I want it to come up a little bit more on their hip rather than on her leg, like that. Okay. Ooh. Easy now, Sadie. Easy. Very nice. Okay, and now when I pull on this line, she's all, her back leg's cocked. But now she's kicking out a little bit. Okay, let's wait. We're not going to do anything until I get body language signs that she's okay on the pressure. Bring this line up again. I could put it through the stirrup, and I might next time if I get that response today. Okay, now I'm going to start pulling a little bit. She's not showing me any stress. She's almost asleep. We're going to show Sadie's head. She's fine on it. But how will she feel when I put some pressure? And by the way, I have a quick release on this line on her halter in case we get into a whole lot of trouble. Little pressure now, a little bit of visual block, pressure. I want her to turn. I want her to respond to the pressure, good, that she's getting by me pulling on this line that's attached to her halter. That's it. A little bit of resistance here at the end of the circle, at the end of the turn. Okay. Now, has she learned to respond to lateral pressure like that, even though she feels something on her hips? Only time will tell. We will do this as an exercise every day until we're sure that it doesn't bother her at all. And then here's the plan. We have this Pirelli rope hackamore, which is just like having a rope halter on her head, but it's got reins that are yacht rope and like a 12-foot line that's yacht rope. And I'm going to get in the saddle. After I've done this with the rope, the same exercise with the rope hackamore on, using the yacht rope lead line, and then I'm going to get in the saddle and make sure that I have communication with Sadie with this hackamore on. And the reason is I'm trying to get away from bits. I like the comfort of a nylon rope halter and these yacht rope reins and this yacht rope 12-foot line that's attached. It's real convenient to use. And eventually, I don't know when, eventually I'm going to, when I'm quite sure that I have a handle on moving Sadie's 5 body parts with this kind of rein and head control, even if something were to touch her hip, that she accepts that pressure. Eventually, when I'm pretty sure, pretty confident, I'm going to introduce her to my mini cows in a large area and ask her to learn how to do cow work with just this kind of control. Okay, as a postscript, Brianna's trying it now. I did it through the right stirrup a moment ago, and she was fine. Now Brianna would prefer not to use the stirrup. Okay, I might have to go and stand at her head, as I thought, because she doesn't understand. Back, back. Okay, I'm going to hold her lightly. Is that right? Brianna's going to place the strap across the hip, come on to the other side, help Sadie understand that she's to be flexible and move off to her left and come all the way around. Good. And you give me the go-ahead when I can walk away? Okay. Okay. All right. We don't know if we're going to have problems. We'll show you if we do. Good. All the way? Yeah, she tends to stop about halfway and put her head down. Now she's licking her lips. Oh. Yeah, she's very happy. She's very happy. And so we're going to make this a short postscript and say, we're going to repeat, 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 and go on to the next step and show you what that is. Making a bit of progress with Sadie by working with her using lead lines, long lead lines, like our yacht rope lead lines, over her hips. And we worked with her in the square pen, small area, and she seemed to get better. So we brought her back out here into the big green pasture where she grazes, and Brianna's been working with her. I just got out here. Brianna's going to explain to you what she's done and then try to show you what she is doing, and then if all goes well, we're going to put the 2 long lines on and see if we can long line her around, not at a high speed, just at a walk, but we just want to get her desensitized to that rope feeling on her hip. And Brianna?
So Sadie did really well today so far. I brought her out, got her tacked up. We Ryan, our cameraman, came up and held her head here like we did on the last video, and I brought the rope around her hind like we did on the last video, and she was fine. Once Ryan let go, however, she wanted to bring her head down to graze, which gave us a little bit of trouble because she started throwing her head and kicking her legs and not wanting to cooperate. But after you know, getting her head up by just doing this a few times and making a noise, she realized that she wasn't supposed to graze, and she did what we asked her really well. Then we took her, I took her and did a little bit of ground working, making sure she would back and do her, disengage her hind end well, and she did that fine. And then I lunged her just a few times in each direction. I got her up to, I had her at a walk, and then I'd get her up to a trot. And in one direction I didn't notice her favoring anything, but once we got to the other direction, and she would get too close to me, I would make myself big to get her to stay away, and that, I don't know if it scared her or just made her mad, but she bucked a couple times, and then I noticed her favoring her front. I'm not sure if it was one or the other, it just looked like she was sore still on the front two legs, so we're going to keep her at a walk for probably this next week and see how she's doing. Maybe Monday next week she'll be better.
Notice we still have our cavallos on. We leave them on during the day, sometimes at night. She still has a little bit of a softness at the frog in the front feet, and that's something I may deal with next month when my farrier comes out by putting traditional shoes on her front feet. I hope not with pads if we can get around it. Genetically, she doesn't have rock hard feet like Semi does, my other Morgan, but she has hooves more like her mother, who is also an old style Morgan, but also tends to be a little bit sensitive in the front feet unless we have her cavallos on, especially when we walk over rocks. Now Sadie is almost asleep. Now Brianna's going to show you how she can walk around staying out of strike zone, walk around the hip. If I need to, I'll put a lead line on and keep her head still, but she kind of understands the drill now.
Oh.
And if she does well with the lead line, and I'm going to stand here as a join up. We're touching that yacht rope lead line, long one. You see how long it is on her hip, and she's fine. Now Brianna's going to ask her to go around, making sure not to be in strike zone in case Sadie doesn't behave fine. But that was real fine, real fine. Now everything done in the other direction as well. So we're going to try it now in the other direction. We do have just a side pull on her head. We've got the vaulting surcingle on as just a surcingle. Some place to tie the breast strap, and then you'll see how we use the vaulting surcingle. Good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah. Okay.
That behavior.
All right.
So as soon as the lead line gets down and starts touching her knee joint, that's when she starts kicking.
Okay. Come on around again. I'm gonna. Ooh. She's not quite sure what we want. Now come on around again. I'm gonna join up right here, ask her to stay still. Try not to have to hold on to the lead line. If she puts her head down, I'm gonna just bump her here with my lunge whip. Good. A little bit of visual block to make her realize we just want her to go around. Okay, now we're gonna turn off the camera and we're gonna connect the two long yacht rope lead lines to the rings on the side of her side pole. All right, now we've got the long lines on. You see how we put them through the handles of the vaulting surcingle. Brianna is at head. She's got a 10-foot cotton lead line just in case we need it. We're hoping we won't need it. I've got my arm extension that has a string on it as well. And Brianna, keeping in mind that we're not quite sure how Sadie's going to behave with her back legs or throwing her head or whatever, you just watch yourself. Safety is number one. Okay, now I'm going to ask Sadie to step up and go ha. Notice that these lines are so long that they tend to fall on the ground, and they're heavy. So I'm not going to wrap them into rings, coils. I'm just going to let them stay on the ground, but I'm going to watch where they are as far as wrapping around my legs. Step up. Step up. Step up. No answer. Step up. Step up. Woke her up. Step up. Good. Step up, ha. Little bit of tug. Step up, ha. Step up. Good. There you go. She got the signal that time. Good. We really don't want anything exciting here. We don't want any spookiness, any sensitivity problem to these drive lines on her hips. Step up. Good. Good. You see how the right line is wrapped around her hip? I'm doing that on purpose. Good. I'm going to go way out here and do some figure eights. Step up. Step up. Good. Step up, ha. Good. Step up, G. Step up, G. G is right. Good girl. Good girl. Step up. Good. When I watch Rural Heritage, step up. I hear the carriage drivers and the wagon drivers, step up. Say, come on around. I haven't taught those words. There. I just made a sound behind the drive line, and she understood, and then Brianna is helping her understand what the request is. Step up. So come on around is something I might teach her in the future. Good. Right now, G and ha are what she knows. Step up. Ha. Ha. Step up. Step up. Good, Sadie. Good. Step up, ha. Step up, ha. Good. My lines are loose. Good. Slack. Step up. I'm going to see if I can stand in the middle here and get her to go around me, but not sure if I can. Let's see. Step up. Step up. Doesn't understand. Step up. Going to go back behind her. We're going to have to practice that some more. We'll see. Step up. Prerequisite skills. Step up. Step up. Step up. Good. Good. She likes it better. She understands my request better when I'm behind her. So slowly I'm going to start driving her like this. Step up. Good. Good. Step up. Very nice, Sadie. Step up, G. Step up, G. Good. Notice how I'm going towards the middle again. Step up. Brianna's join up, although she isn't connected. Brianna's join up is helping Sadie understand what is the request. She's feeling the reins. She's feeling the ropes. Step up. Nice. Steady. Ho. Good. Now let's see if I can back her. Back. 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 Not quite straight. Whoa. Ooh. Let's see if we can get her to go forward again. She didn't like that down at her ankle. That's just a matter of desensitization. We'll work on that. We've been working the hip. Step up. Step up. Steady. Ho! Wait, I'm not going to ask for something right away. I'm giving her a chance to focus. Back. 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 That hip's coming around. Back. Now, I got to keep her neck straight. Back. Now she's arguing. Back. 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 Whoa. Step up. Step up. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Step up.
Hold on, the side pull's
okay.
It's a little loose. I don't know if we need a different side pull for her.
Okay. Tack adjustment. We're okay again. I'm going to ask for a back. Maybe not quite as many steps this time because we want to stop on a good note of resolution. First I want to get that head straight. Back. She knew I was going to ask her for back. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Good. Step up. Step up. Good. You see how slack the line is? Good. Whoa. Good. She's going to anticipate. Step back, 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 back. Whoa. And that was perfect. So unless there's a postscript, which we often add after we turn off the camera because we discuss things that happen during the session, we've found our note of resolution today. We've got her surcingle on, we've got her O-ring snaffle on, we're using the yacht rope drive lines. We're going to work on helping her to get desensitized to the feeling of these heavy but smooth drive lines on her hocks, and we're going to start trying to teach her to accept driving when the driver is on the inside of the circle, and we're going to start teaching her the words, come on around, which I've heard on Rural Heritage that the farmers and ranchers use when they're driving a wagon with multiple horses. Come on around. Come on around, G. Come on around, G. Step up. Come on around, G. Good. Come on around, G. Very nice. Come on around, G. Come on around, G. Good, Sadie. Come on around, Ha. Come on around, Ha. See that line on her right rear? She's accepting it. Come on. Step up. Good. Step up. She's not having any problem wearing a snaffle for this exercise. Good. Steady. Hope. Very nice. Again, we're not doing anything very quickly. Just with the proper form and the proper language. Sadie, back. 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 Good. Step up. Step up. Step up. Step up, Ha. Step up, Ha. Step up, Ha. Step up. Good. Just a tap on her right hip. Steady. Hope. And you can see I use the corner, this fencing, to help me make the job easier to teach her, come on around, when I'm in the center of the circle. Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty, and Susie. Heifer calf Sela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.